seconds allows Tony to deliver the cross. Listen, I know we're going to talk about all of this stuff that happened in the match. We cannot forget, we had an absolute up until the end. That was a fantastic match. And now, we're only going to think about the damage that Randy Orton inflicted on Cody after the final bell. How many times in the build to this match did we hear the phrase 2009 Randy Orton? I believe it was intermittent explosive disorder that Randy was suffering from at that time.
Lying in wait inside of State Farm Stadium, the Cardinals listening for the sound of their signature big red siren, which signals an air raid and brings them out to a sea of red here in Glendale. Up next, we'll keep it within the NFC for this game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals. On the visiting sideline, the Eagles and their head coach. His side are the top groups in the league here in the early days of this season. Owners of a 4-1 record. On the Cardinals sideline, that's head coach Jonathan Gannon. These guys are more than motivated for this contest. We're ready to take the field here at home. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt in the booth with you. It is Jake Elliott who's going to get us started. And the NFL on EA Sports is underway once again. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
Okay, you know he's happy about that win last week, but less happy about his performance. He went into the lab this week, there's no question about it, and studied those mistakes, those 2 interceptions, because he knows that's not sustainable for winning. And I love a line from Mike McDonald. He talks about the quarterback being the voice of poise. That means flushing those mistakes from a week ago and being poised to go attack today.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Play action now. Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
The Eagles into the nickel, 3rd down coming. 3rd and long for him here. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. And this will come from just inside his end zone. Surprisingly, had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
He's running with it. And Hurts gives himself up after getting that first down. All set now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He takes it himself. It's inside the 10. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Devin Duvernay to return it. And decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cardinals and Kyler Murray set to take over. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Kate, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Five men out in the secondary for the Eagles on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Here's a screen to Benson. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. The Cardinals out for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And we'll see, Brock, if they go back to that ground game this drive after how well they ran it their last time out.
I'm going to probably say yes on that one, Kate. This is a team with a known identity across the league. They're going to hang their hat on running the football effectively. I think they'll get right back to work.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. They go play fake with Hurts. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Hurts now from the gun. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up 3rd down.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker's going to get to the quarterback, well, you could run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break, and they finally get him to the ground.
And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run 3rd down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up 4th down. And a fair catch made here at the 17. Jonathan Gannon doing a last little bit of coaching here as the Cardinals return to the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock, but what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. It's Connor again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Right back to Connor. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Hey, look, beyond having to pick yourself off the ground over and over again, all of these sacks in this first quarter have led to so much disruption. Kate, what do offenses look for, especially early? Get myself into rhythm. Get myself into a tempo. What do defenses want to do? Wreck all of that, and that's exactly what this defense is doing.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up second down and 21. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Well, he puts him there with this one, right side. He's got it deep downfield. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
Brings up third down.
Now Murray on third and long. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Murray from the pistol, rolling out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Connor is in for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. It's a James Conner touchdown. Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Brown with a return here. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 1st down here. Here's another carry for Barkley. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down. Running left. This is Barkley. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. He gets him inside the 40, and that's a gain of about 9 yards on the play. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Handoff headed right, Barkley. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So 3rd down becomes much tougher for him as 3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and a much more difficult 6. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Hurts on 1st down. He's got it in the red zone. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They'll come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Play action. Hurts has it. Now he's hit. Hurts fumbles. But it looked like an Eagle flew in and was first to the football. They're retaining possession. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Elliott connects there, and that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Has this at the 6. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Cardinals and running back James Conner headed back to the field. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown. Brock, let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Going on 1st down. Here's Murray. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Here's Here's Kyler to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Brings up third down.
From the gun on this third down, it's Murray. Throw right side, and McBride has it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. First down throwing for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
Zone read give here to Barkley. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Back now, pressure coming. Finding Brown, back-to-back plays. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Jake Bailey's going to kick it away. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The Arizona offense about set to get going here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Caught quickly on the slant. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
it's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard. At the 34.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. They'll air it out on 3rd. There's a screen. It's Connor. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Kyler looking to throw. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. All right, following the incompletion, here's 2nd down. Play action now, Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
Well, we call that protection lookout. Like the O-line yelling back at the quarterback, look out! Because they have no answer right now with back-to-back sacks by the defense. They've got this crew offensively guessing.
Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Hurts. Connects on the crosser. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Clock is ticked down. We've reached our 2-minute warning. More from State Farm Stadium after this. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. He finds Brown right side. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hauled in by Gunner, left side. Will muster a little down to the 30. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. Hurts yet again. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Hurts throwing again. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And again, here's Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Offense is set. 1st and 10. It's Hurts once again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So things not looking good after that sack. 15 to go here on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. They'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our 1st half.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our tour of the NFL starts now. It begins in Cleveland. The Browns at home to take on the Ravens in the AFC North. And this is Lamar Jackson. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. The Ravens able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. They win it in the final moments. From there, it's up to Minneapolis. Let's look in on the Vikings. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And this is Jordan Mason. He's looking for an opening, gonna find it, a 17-yard touchdown on the ground. The Vikings get just their second win of the season. They improve to 2-4. One last one to show you, and it's in Detroit. It's the Lions taking on the Packers. And it's the dangerous speedster, Jameson Williams. He's so good working down the field, hauls this one in stride. It's a 48-yard touchdown. The Lions are playing well. They improve to 5-1 with this victory. And with that, a look now at the rest of the action around the NFL here in week number 6. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Brown with a return here. Making some progress here. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. Hurts on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. A play fake now Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's the 5th time they've gotten there for a sack of this one, Brock. And they're going to try for number 6 on 3rd down.
Kate, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home, and it's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
Third and long for him here. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Cardinals side of the field. 2nd and 3 now. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Through the middle. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. This makes it up to the 25. Jonathan Gannon doing a last little bit of coaching here as the Cardinals return to the field. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. They're going play action. It's Murray. Finds him on the crossing route. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. 1st and 10. Murray. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
One of the biggest adjustments for quarterbacks going from the collegiate level to the NFL is the blitz package. Each and every practice leading up to a game time, you are spending so much time as a QB, as an offensive group, and as that O-line trying to figure out a way to stop these blitzes. At that time, the offense, the O-line, the QB, no one had an answer for that defensive pressure.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first. Murray on 3rd down. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Murray keeps it. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. The 1st down carry for Connor. That run good for a handful as it brings up 2nd down.
Some really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
From the gun, it's Murray. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. And this is going to be hit by a defender and knocked away. Incomplete as the end zone look comes up empty, Brock. They've got a 4th down decision to make. They snap it to Murray. Throwing the out route complete. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Murray here on 1st down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Back to the air. Murray into the hands of Duvernay. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd down, Connor gets it. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Patterson is good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a 1st down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a 1st down. Running it after the penalty. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Still lined up at the 6. Here's 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Kyler looking to throw. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together.
He will score. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals start the second half with some needed points. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain for being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw. And he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. Good work so far. He's got room. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you got to imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he's going to be brought down in enemy territory now at the 46. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts tucks it, starts running. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by a former Eagle and Super Bowl champion, Josh Sweat.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Play action. Hurts has it. He's fine Smith. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down on with Barkley. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on first. It's 2nd down. Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Elliott connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Jonathan Gannon doing a last little bit of coaching here as the Cardinals return to the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. into the hands of Harrison. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Give him 24 on that play. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Play action now. Murray. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of their second down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down.
This is one of those moments that I am just at a loss for words. We just saw a record-tying 12th sack in this ball game. And it really is on two sides of it. On one side of it offensively, well, this has been impossible to block these guys. But, Kate, I have got to celebrate what we're seeing defensively. Just the sixth team in the history of this game to notch 12 sacks in one ball game.
Here's a screen. It's Connor. Wow, and they're actually going to lose some yardage here as they fail to convert. Now they're facing fourth down. So out now comes the punter. And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First down throwing for Hurts. Well, right side, caught by Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play fake with Hurts. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be third down. Here he is on 3rd and short. This one's caught. Smith has it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's good. For an Eagles first down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Eagles.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
On third down, it's Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. On now comes their punter. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Arizona offense ready to get things going again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Now Murray on the play fake. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Hey, Kate, it's time to add some players and some names and a team to the all-time record list. It used to read 12 when it comes to sacks, accomplished 5 times. But you know what we just witnessed? We just witnessed the 13th sack of this game in NFL history. This group has lived behind the other side of the line all game long, and now they will live in the record books right now.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. 3rd and long for him here. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Throw is caught. And he's going to be hit. Sent out after about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Running right, it's Barkley. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Elliott connects there, and that'll give him a 16-point advantage.
Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the fourth, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Here's Duvernay on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out had the Cardinals now on offense. And the last time we saw Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Kyler to throw. Wilson's got it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Offensive line fast. First and 10, Murray. Same guy, Wilson again. And after making the catch, he is decked quickly at the 38.
That's another Cardinals first down.
Here's Murray, 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Again, it's Murray to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd and 5.
Back to the air, Murray. Past the line, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down beyond the marker. So a first down for them as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Murray from the pistol. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Cardinals in the hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Here he is to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal. get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Cardinals in the hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. They've got to keep moving quick here.
A 6-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and
Throwing now. And he scores. That's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. It's a Kyler Murray touchdown.
Just a tremendous effort. And really, this is a play where you could look at the facial expressions of the two sides and know exactly what happened. Offensively, you are smiling from ear to ear that your quarterback's a difference maker. Defensively, just demoralized that you couldn't find a way to stop that scramble.
And he goes down, the pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Pretty easy to recognize the intensity on that 2-point try. Could have made it a 1-score game, but instead, still a 10-point deficit, Brock. They're going to need a couple more scores.
They sure will. Means more than likely a couple possessions too, Kate. And we're to the point, if you look up at that scoreboard, there's not going to be many possessions left in this one.
The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. So first down from the 41. Barkley trying this up the gut. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. And it's a chance to run here. Lining up to take a knee on second down. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say that the top-ranked defense in the NFL probably going to take a couple of hits to its status after this one. We have